Hi everyone, this is OGCV Coach here. So glad to have you guys today with me. I can see some guys here, some people already here. Harley, Healthy Choice, hi host, I'm waiting. Glad to have you here. Oro Vista Group, thank you so much. Oro Vista is in US. She's joining us from US. Thank you so much for coming in. Like so many things are going to be going on in the next few weeks. We've got somebody coming in from US who's got a blockchain. He deals on uh, uh, cryptocurrency, Odua coins. Then we've got somebody who's got his own mobile phone company coming into this channel in the next few weeks. So I will say, please, if you're coming into this channel for the first time, hit the subscription button so you get the notification when I come in. And also, if you've not subscribed, please do subscribe. And if you're coming in today, you want your friends to get to know what's going on, please share us out there. uh get to speak to someone about it. Today's topic is very important, very important. It has to do with your eyes, your nutrition, what you need to eat, and a lot of things you need to know. Now, the person I'm bringing in today is a medical doctor. I'm just going to bring her banner up here. Her name is Dr. Chi. She's a UK registered optometrist, and we're going to be meeting her where we're going to be asking her lots of questions. But the good thing about it today is that we've still got a great time, and we're just going to have a great time tonight. So please make sure you stay tuned. So guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for that time here. This is OGCV Coach here. Now, we're going to be having some time with this channel. There's going to be some rebranding of this channel because we're bringing in different people who are those in diaspora that have come in, been able to sort themselves out, businessmen, medical doctors. We brought in so many people. So this time around, we might be changing the name very soon from CV Coach 216 to a different name. I'll keep you informed. Now, people have said, why change the name? Why are we changing the name? The reason why we're changing the name is that we want to be able to do so many things with this channel, not just restricting ourselves to just jobs and career. We've got some people who are personal development coaches. We've got people who are even pastors coming in here to tell you, to share the word of God with you, tell you what they've been able to do. And now, if you're not following us on our other channel, just two moves, please do join us on the other channel too, because our channel we're just expanding. But what we're doing is that we're having different channels to manage different aspects of what we do as a business, as a coach, and as a body. But I welcome you once again to today's episode. Now, if you've not thumbed up, please do. If you need to share us out, please do. In the next 2 minutes, I'll be bringing the guest for today over. But before the guest comes over, let's just get a little bit of clip of what we are going to be doing today. So I'm going to mute for a while. So hi everyone. Now, if you've not shared us out, please do so that we get more people coming. to join us for today's episode. It's important that we get everyone coming in. Yeah, CK Media, mega shout out to you. How is everything, sir? So glad to have you here. So glad to have you here. I hope you can hear my voice. CK Media, I'm right behind the banner. Thank you so much. CK Media is from Spain, joining us from Spain. Father and Son Art TV vlog is from Philippines. The Philippines is come to join us here. Thank you so much. Please share us out so that everybody can get to know and get to know this. It's important that we all get to have this come on because we're going to learn so much from what we are going to be having today. Yeah, from the Philippines, Father and Son out. Okay, CK Media said loud and clear. Good evening, coach and our guests. I'm going to be bringing her in. She is just amazing. You're going to hear so much today. In fact, man, when I was speaking with her, I was already boiling, jumping and excited about what I was going to hear. Father and Son, I just want to share us to the group so that people can come in because the topic that we are discussing today, it concerns everybody. It's important for us to be here. So everybody try as much as possible to join in. Come and join us. Yeah. Thank you so much, Father and Son, for coming up here. Hello, everyone. CK Media, I'm so glad to have you here. Mega shout out to you. Thank you very much, sir, for coming in. I'm going to bring the guest in now. Wow. Yeah, we've got Dr. Chibuzo Owadi here. Thank you so much, Dr. Chi. With your lovely smile. So glad to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Wow, that's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, we've got people from different parts of the world who are listening and who are going to hear you. But I want to first of all say thank you so much for the time that you've given to me today to to bring you into this program. I'm so glad that we're here together. Now, so thank you so much. So let's go straight in. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about Dr. Chi. Dr. Chi is a UK registered optometrist. She obtained her Doctor of Optometry OD in Nigeria, and she also obtained her postgraduate diploma in Community Eye Health UCL London, that's University College of London, and she's got a postgraduate certificate in Global Health from Harvard, USA. Wow, Doctor, you've got so much under your belt. But tell us about yourself. First of all, let me take this banner off now. Here we are. So, Doctor, tell us about yourself.
Okay. Yes, like you read, I'm a trained optometrist, and simply put, optometry means looking after your eyes. And eye health, looking after whether you need glasses or contact lenses, or if you have any eye diseases. And optometrists, it takes a few years to train to become an optometrist. Like I did, I spent 6 years training in Nigeria to qualify. And in the UK, you spend 3 years to qualify. So it's a lot of studying, and it's a lot of having a passion for eyes. You have to love, eyes to be able to do the course. And of course, in terms of people who want to know, when I developed the interest and passion for it, it was just inborn. I love eyes. So I had to go to secondary school, do university, and of course, 6-year Doctor of Optometry qualification. And in also the process, I have a passion to understand why I was born here. What is the reason why I was created? So understanding my purpose played a whole part to who I am. So, and explaining that, it also means that when I came to an understanding of who I am, I understood that I was an illuminator. An illuminator is somebody who brings light. So as an optometrist, I bring light to your eyes and I also illuminate mindsets. And what I mean by illuminating your mindset is that when you encounter me as an illuminator of your mind, I disrupt every darkness. So whatever represents dark issues, I re-engineer your mind to help you think right. I help you lead effectively and authentically, being a true leader. This is what I'm made of. This is who I am. then I help you to develop and become your magnificent self so that you can find true meaning in life. And you might wonder, why is that related to what I'm doing? Because that's the reason I
Wow.
was created. To solve the problem of darkness, to create light wherever I show up. So that when you meet me, you're not just meeting me to test your eyes and give you good vision, but also give you good vision spiritually, changing your perceptions, changing your paradigms. And what that means is the way you think. So I'm a full package, really, and I'm a philanthropist as well. I run a feeding program in the UK, and I also do outreaches in rural, villages in Africa. So more about that. And also I write, because being a people developer, I do pen my work down. I have 1 or 2 books coming out, which I can update later. But I'm generally passionate about people, and I want to see people emerge and evolve as people full of light. Not necessarily religiously, because when you are on earth, you need to see with your eyes and you need to see with your mind. And that's what I'm about.
Wow. This is a full package. Optometrist, you've taken us from just treating the eyes to treating the mind, to not just seeing with the eyes, but seeing with the mind. So now you've answered the question I was going to ask you, So how did you get it? Yeah, because there's so much, today, if you're there and you're listening from wherever you are in the world, we've got so many people here. We've got people coming in from Reynolds from USA, Father and Son from Philippines, Geisha TV from overseas too. And, we've got so many people coming in here. So they've got to hear so much. This is eyes and nutrition. Everybody have one issue or somebody that who has got eye problem. But let's go back again to the question. How did you get into optometry? Maybe briefly, just tell us about this. And why did you choose to, how did you get into optometry? Let's hear you.
How did I go into optometry? Interestingly, I didn't know anything about optometry because I grew up in Nigeria. And I remember I was at University of Lagos after secondary school, and I was studying zoology. And my father, being an archbishop, was moved to the east from Lagos. And the first question I asked, the new school I'm going to, am I going to be a doctor? Because I've always believed that that's what I was meant to be. And my father said, oh, when you finish this qualification, you'll be a doctor. So I wanted to know what the qualification was. And it was still a new qualification or a new course in that university. So I wanted where I can help people in their health. But when I got into the university to study, I didn't expect, it wasn't a course I had known about. I didn't know I was going to be a specialist in eyes. But when I started, it grew on me. But one of the important things that grew on me was I loved when I get into a bus. If you lived in Lagos, there are things, Molue and all that. When you got into the Molue, I'll be staring into eyes. And I started finding out people with cataract, people with all sorts of eye problems, like they used to call it then in Nigeria, Apollo. And I wanted to know how to solve that problem. And it's the passion to be a solution. That was my driving force. I wanted to solve the problem of blindness. And as I grew, I realized that World Health Organization is also passionate about solving blinding or visual impairment problem. So I felt I want to be a part of that solution. Like my man of God would say, I want to be the answer to the question of many. So many people are asking questions about their eyes, but they don't have solutions. So even at a younger age, I wanted to play a part in being the solution provider, especially with respect to eyes and vision.
Wow. You see, you've given a very key word in this discussion, a solution to problem. Very important, very, very important, because most people, when they get into a job or they get into an industry, they are thinking of what they can get from the industry, not what they can put in. But you see, you said you got in, so you were looking at more of how can I be a solution to the problem, and then you now went into optometry. Wow, this is very interesting, very amazing. So you've already answered the question. Why did you choose to go into optometry? Because you've dealt with that. Yeah, a solution to a problem. But what skills? Now, there's someone out there, maybe a 17 years old child who's just saying, no, what I'm thinking, or somebody who is on their way to uni and want to be an optometrist. What key skills do you think they will need to get into the industry?
Okay, I'm based in the UK, so it's probably these days. One of my mentors says there are two G's you should have in your life: G for God and G for Google. So the G
Amazing.
for God, so the G for God is where you need to seek God and know what you need to do. Because I don't take it for granted that if you want to do a course, you need to be clear on three things. You need to understand what profession do you want to get into and what mission you need to be on and your vocation. Because all these three things, your profession, your vision, profession, mission, and vocation, they all lead to an alignment of your purpose. So when you understand God about your purpose, then you seek. But if not, let's just tick the dots that you've already prayed and God told you is optometry you need to do. You need to do science subjects. So I don't know in the UK the standards, but you need to have maybe 2 A levels and physics and biology and chemistry as well. And of course, your English and maths. And if you're overseas, you probably need to have your sciences as well with English and maths. In the UK, you need to go to the College of Optometry website. And that is, I think it's www.collegeofoptometrists.org in the UK. That will give you an idea of if you're doing sixth form courses you need to take on board. And then, of course, it's a 3-year qualification or degree in the UK. If you want to do it in the US, you need to do your first degree 4 years and do 2 years to do an extra OD program. If you want to do it in Nigeria and probably Canada, it's going to be a 6-year program. Yes, 6 years. But at the end of the 6 years in Nigeria, like in University of Benin, Abia State University, Imo State University, these are all places you can do the courses, 6-year program. I think they've got a few more universities in Nigeria, but that's important. You align with the Association of Optometrists in Nigeria, but all these are online to find out. But the important thing that if you're doing it in Africa, including in Ghana, is a 6-year program. In England, is a 3-year program. And in the US and Canada is a 6-year program. And you do qualify to, like me, have an OD, Doctor of Optometry, or have a title as a DR to your name. But in the UK, no, you're not going to be an OD or DR. So you may have to do a PhD to get that. So those are the skills. Yes.
Wow. Okay, well, anyone that wants to go into becoming an optometrist, get in contact with us or leave a message or leave a comment below in the description box or in the comment box, and I will link you up with Doctor who will either talk you through or mentor you, or but she will find out something for you. But now, before we go further, I just need to tell you something. Dr. Chi is a fellow of the American Academy of Optometry, which is FAAO, and she holds membership in various organizations. Sorry, I didn't spell that very well. Pardon me there. Various organizations worldwide. The College of Optometrists, MCO, PTOM, UK, and the Association of Optometrists, AOP. Now, Doctor has been in the industry for quite a long time. Now, Doctor, one other question that people might want to know. How does the eyes work? How does the eye work? I'm not an optometrist. I'm more into health and safety, but how does the eye work?
Wow, this is my exciting zone. The eyes. For me, the eyes is a piece of art. It's a lovely piece of art, but it cannot function effectively if you don't have light. Light is so important. And in the functionality of the eye, you need, if you're seeing, if you have eyes and you're having difficulty in seeing, it means that your light is obstructed.
Wow.
Which means light plays that key role in the sense that when light comes in from what they call infinity, anywhere light, it hits your cornea first. And the pupil, which is a small hole, the constriction allows light into your pupil. which contributes to about 60% of your vision, goes directly to your lens, as long as your lens, which is in the eye, is also clear, and then goes through what they call the vitreous and hits the retina. The retina is like the photographic plate. So all the images fall there. Then if the healthy retina is there, you'll be able to see colors, white light, you'll be able to read and write, and then it transfers it through the optic nerve to the brain into an area called the area 17, and then bounce it back to you as an image. But that's when you have healthy eyes. But not everybody has perfect eyes where there's no need for glasses. So sometimes the light goes into your eyes, but when it gets to the retina, the image formation is not perfect. So you might have what they call short-sighted, when the image is shorter than the retina position, or long-sighted, when the image is a bit longer and you can't see very well, or even astigmatism, when you have rugby-shaped eyeball, or presbyopia, when you get to an age you cannot read at close, maybe you've gotten to the age of 40 or above. So the eyes need to have almost a perfect eyeball image for you to see clearly. So the working of the eye depends on how healthy are the cells, how healthy are the organs of the eyes. And the organs of the eye that help you to see clearly are things like your cornea. The cornea is the glass part of your eyes. Things like the lens itself. As you get older, the lens itself can harden and form cataract. And the retina can detach for many reasons, and you can have macular degeneration. So the workings of the eye is quite detailed. And again, the workings of the eye, effectiveness of the eye, depends on how healthy your food is, your nutrition is. And I'm sure we'll go into that. So it's not, the workings of the eye is not separated from how you see in terms of what you eat. And also the impact of the UV, or the impact of trauma, or even the impact of the computer usage. So the eyes working isn't on its own. You need to think a bit about it from a global point of view.
Wow, my goodness. If I would you said now, I can go write an exam with eyes and pass, because there's so much that we need to learn here. The way the eyes works. So if the cornea hardens, it can lead to cataract.
If the lens hardens.
If the lens hardens, it can lead to cataract. So in other words, cataract is as a result of hardening of the lens.
Yes, correct.
One question I want to ask you, can we replace the lens? Can an operation replace the lens?
You just took the word out of my mouth. Let me jump back a little bit about cataract. Okay. Now, cataract is a hardening of the lens capsule. It can occur in babies, and it can occur in children. It can occur in old age. Just recently, within the last 2 days, there was a particular patient that was sent to myself. The baby is just 9 months old, but she has got cataract. Wow. Now you wonder, how did that happen? For several reasons, babies can be born with cataracts. And when that happens, it's called congenital cataracts. But the interesting thing about babies or children especially babies having cataracts, is that it's very dicey. There's something we call leukocoria, which is, it behaves like cat's eyes. When you look into cat's eye, you have that funny reflection. Yeah. When we have babies with cataract, we don't jump to do surgery. We need to rule out, which is what an optometrist will do, diagnose it, and then refer it to an ophthalmologist, which is an eye surgeon, because you don't want to make a mistake between cataract and leukocoria. Leukocoria is an eye cancer. Cataract is a hardening of the lens capsule. And now moving forward, as one gets older and gets to maybe the age of 40 or 50 or even 60, the thickness of the lens becomes so obvious. Yes, we can remove it with surgery, And there are several surgeries that can happen. And when the lens is removed, they replace it with what is called intraocular lens implant, which means they will take off the bad lens, put in an artificial lens, and then you can see again. And the way we've advanced in these surgeries by ophthalmologists, not myself, is that they can replace it and you can see for far and near better than even before the surgery was done. So there are surgeries involved, and cataract can occur to anyone. If you do have diabetes, you can develop cataract. If somebody punches your eye, like those who love boxing and such things, or even if something hits your eye mistakenly, you can develop cataract. So there's some causes of cataract, and it's operable, and it can be removed with surgery.
Beautiful. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Another question I want to ask now. Can the food you eat affect how well you see?
Yes. Yes, wow. Is the answer. Yes,
wow.
The food. I'll tell you this.
Tell us more.
60% of the people based in the UK, I'll use the UK statistics because that's where I'm based at. Yeah. 60% of people based in the UK don't even know that their eyes are affected by what they eat or don't eat properly. 60%. That's quite a high number.
Oh my God.
And the food affect what you eat. Yes, it does. Because if you don't eat properly, it gets affected. So
oh my God.
The question you need to ask yourself, what are you eating? How healthy is your food? So it means if you're not eating healthy food, it will tell in your eyes. Because when I shine light, like I said, into your eyes, I can tell. In some cases, we pick up diabetes even before the doctors do.
Yeah.
We can pick up that you have high blood pressure. We can pick up that you have anemia from your eyes. We can pick up that you have cancer of the eyes. We can pick up that I'm just looking for you got I'm just looking at all sorts of eye diseases that you have.
Yeah.
High cholesterol, you have that. Sickle cell anemia, we can pick it up from your eyes. But question is, if somebody, for instance, has vitamin A deficiency, it's due to poor diet. So you ask yourself, what kind of food can I eat that can provide vitamin A? Your green leafy vegetables, they are very rich in vitamin A. Wow. Because you find that if you're vitamin A deficient, because you'll be asking, how do I know if I'm vitamin A deficient? You have poor night adaptation. And because when you go out in the evening, you won't see properly at night.
Yeah.
So it means that your vitamin A is low. Okay? And when you have poor dark adaptation, you can't drive effectively at night, not because you need glasses. It means you need more vegetables, more greens, more broccoli, more spinach. Wow. Then you have beta carotenes, like from your carrots, from your red peppers, from your papayas, from your ripe fruits. Even your red meat helps with vitamin Bs. Then you look at your oranges, your kiwi fruits. These are rich fruits for you to eat that would help your eyes. Your oranges, your tangerines. Then your vitamin Ds. You have your mushrooms. These are things you can get every day.
Yeah.
Your cods, your fish, your sardines will give you DHAs, which are to enrich you with the oils you need. Your olive oils, these are good for you. Your seaweeds. Now, when I'm mentioning all these things, these foods enhance how healthy your macula is. Your macula is the light-sensitive part of your eyes. So when you're eating those mushrooms or even onions, do you know that there are lots of sulfur in onions?
Wow.
Onions is rich in sulfur, your garlic, and these are good for your eyes. Glutathiones helps reduce your risk of having lens capsule hardening, which is cataract. Then you have things like zinc. You can find this in all the foods that we are eating every day. Like those in Africa, you have bitter leaf.
Yeah.
You have your ugu vegetables.
Yeah.
Eat these things. They're good. They're going to keep your eyes alive.
Wow.
You know, there are so many. Africa is so rich with
Wow.
all these foods. And palm oil that people say is not good for your cholesterol, but it's good for your eyes. They're
The palm
healthy.
oil, that's the red oil.
They're very good for you. Yes, they are.
Wow.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Shea butter. People don't know these things. You know, question is, what are you eating? When I say to you, what you eat affect what you see. I'm also thinking about what you put in your mouth, what you put on your skin, what you drink.
Wow.
And if I go back a step, for people who like their wines and alcohols and cigarettes, it's still going into your mouth. So one of the things I never forgot when I was training was what is called fetal alcohol syndrome. And
Wow.
fetal alcohol syndrome is when pregnant women have babies in their womb who suffer from fetal alcohol syndrome, because those kids, when they are given birth to, they are smaller size than they should be. Their limbs are not as high. Their breathing is different. The markers as a newborn baby do not fit in because of fetal alcohol syndromes. And somebody who is smoking a lot develops macular degeneration. So it's not because we're not trying to deny you the joy of being high with alcohol or smoking, but every time you put cigarette in your mouth, you're either harming yourself or your unborn child. Every time you eat or drink alcohol or take cannabis, for instance, you're either harming yourself or your unborn child.
Oh
So
my God.
the things you're eating, I'll just steal a note from your avocado pears, your your whole grains, and vitamin. You know, when your eyes are depleted, it increases the risk. When your eyes are depleted from vitamin B, it increases your risk of having cataract and having macular disease. So when you see avocado pears, don't just walk away. Because the moment you can't see clearly, you die slowly because you lose the power to see colors, the power to enjoy good movies. For those who like Netflix, you know, and things like carotene, antioxidants. You know, they help you. I keep saying about night vision. You know, your carrots. It's not only carrots that are good for eyes. Things like, people haven't heard of things like called glutathione. You know, it says it helps prevent cataract, lowers chances of the degenerative changes. Because when your eyes start changing, you stop seeing. And research work have not showed us that they can use dog or chicken eye to replace human eyes yet. So look after your eyes. You've got to look after your eyes. There's a trace mineral called selenium. You know, do you know that eggs, Brazil nuts, spinach leaves can be found, to help your eyes? Brown rice, magnesium is found in brown rice. But do you know that magnesium can help your muscle, even if it's not just? And you find it in brown rice, in almonds, in cashews.
Wow.
Lentils. I'm mentioning things we can find in our shops.
Yeah.
Some people say to me, we have twitchy eyes, twitchy eyes and spasms. And this protect beans. Beans help your optic nerve. And optic nerve is connected to your brain, to your nerves. And also beans help reduce the risk of cataract. Vitamin D. The macula helps you see better. It's the most sensitive part of your eyes. And sunlight is the key source of vitamin D, you know that. But the thing with sunlight is UV damage also can come from there. So like I said before, vitamin D, you can get it in mushrooms, in cod liver oils, in sardines. Then you get amino acids as well from taurines, and they help prevent glaucoma. I'm going to hone in on glaucoma.
Yeah.
Glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness according to World Health. But do you know that one of the risk factors of having glaucoma is black ethnic ethnicity. Being age 40 and above, you're at risk. When you have a first degree relative, which means your brother or your sister has glaucoma, then your risk of having glaucoma. But the most interesting thing about glaucoma, it causes blindness. Okay? So that means when you take things like amino acids from shrimps, from lambs, from tuna, from salmon and clams and seaweed, you're reducing your risk of blindness from glaucoma.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
And vitamin E is a fat soluble
Wow.
Vitamin E is rich in sweet potatoes.
Wow.
Which is in peanuts.
Hmm.
You have it in sunflower seed, in Brazil nut, in walnut seeds, and leafy vegetables. So these things are things you see all the time.
Hmm.
So, and there are things we can readily find. Things like lutein, and very important in blueberries. Blueberries are so good. I mean, for us who live in England, we see blueberries all the time. We see strawberries all the time. And we have cayenne peppers. You know, Africans like pepper too much. They're good for you. So,
Doctor,
you know,
let me hold you there.
yes,
Doctor, hold on.
yes. Yes.
It's like you've given us, a full pack of food that can help the eyes.
Correct.
Full pack of food that can help the eyes. Now, before we go to the next question, I just want to do a shout out to some people here. Oro Vista, thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the love. And no name. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you very much. Now, I know many people are asking questions and people are contributing. Thank you so much. But I'm not going to go to the question yet because I've still got so many things I want to ask Doctor. So we're going to go on. Now, what question you've spoken about mothers and babies. Now, you're going to talk more about the food, but we're going to come back there again. Mothers and babies. Because now we're having sometimes teenage pregnancy, mothers and things like that. Can what the mother eats affect the baby in the womb? How does this happen? Because with all this food that you've mentioned, all this drinking alcohol, smoking, eating good food, eating so many things you've mentioned. That means if the mother is eating this food and the baby is there, can the food that the mother eats, affect the baby in the womb?
The answer I would say is yes. But my emphasis is going to be, I'll just restrict it to what I've just mentioned, which is the alcohols, drugs, because sometimes you hear them say, don't give a mother penicillin, for instance, because if you give a pregnant woman penicillin, it will affect the baby. So that's at risk. There are some other eye drops that if somebody has glaucoma, for instance, and the prostaglandins, you give a pregnant woman, she will have the baby early because that will push the baby out. So there are several foods, but I will restrict to alcohol because that's what I said. When you're taking alcohol and you're pregnant, for instance, there's a great chance that it will affect your baby. And some drugs, I can't pick in my head now, but it causes amputation of, baby without limbs. A child is born without limbs, without sockets, without eye sockets and all that. So there are a lot of things you can eat, and it could be tablets even. So that's why it's important when we're seeing patients and somebody is pregnant. The first question is, when you're testing their eyes, you ask them, what tablets are you taking? Oh, because if you're taking tablets or you want to prescribe, you need to ask, are you pregnant? Because you don't want to give somebody a tablet that will jeopardize the baby in the womb. Yeah, so mothers, what they eat is very important because it does affect, because it can cross the placental walls and then compromise the baby, or maybe the vision of the baby or other aspects of the baby's life. Yes.
Wow. Amazing. There's so much you're giving us here, so much. Now, if anybody want to get in contact with Dr. Chi, please, you can get in contact with her. Like I said before, she's a fellow of the American Academy of Optometry. But not just that, she's also a director of Visioncare Logistic Group Limited. We're going to come to that. I'm going to come to that, then we're going to ask that question. But doctor, I want to ask you a question. One of the niche on YouTube is makeup. Everybody's into makeup on YouTube. We have so many bloggers who are into makeup. Does wearing makeup affect your eyes? Now, doctor, this is before you share this. If you're here, you've not thumbed up here, please do thumb up, leave your comment, leave your question. Doctor is going to take some time to answer your question, but everyone should listen to this. Does wearing makeup affect the eyes?
I've got two answers because I don't want the makeup company to come after me. I've got two answers. First one is not all makeups that affect your eyes, and I raise a disclaimer to this, okay? And one of the things I want to say is that you've got to be careful what you rub on your skin or what you put on around your eyes, because yes, there are lots of makeup that say this is for around the eyes, this is for, attaching your lashes. I had one experience I've never had before, which is I had a patient who came to see me and she had fake lashes. And I noticed it was so beautiful. I said, wow, your lashes are beautiful. And she said, oh, they're not mine. But remember, she came to see me for a reason. And she said to me, I've been having itchy eyes. And she has a swelling. She can't explain why. I put all the eye drops and I looked at her. I said, how long have you had these fake lashes? She said, I've had it for a week. How long did you start having these irritable eyes? For 1 week. What do you think? The fake lashes is the cause of the irritation. So what I did, when I did more tests, I said to her, take the lashes off. It was that bad, I had to send her to the hospital. She came back a week to see me and the rashes had improved.
Wow.
Now, what am I saying? The glue they used to stick the lashes, she was reacting to it.
Wow.
That is one case. Another case is a case where people use contact lenses for fashion purposes. I wear contact lenses myself. But when you buy your contact lenses from non-qualified professionals, you don't know where they've been, what they studied in. You stick it to your eyes, you can lose your sight. I classify that as makeup, cosmetics. So you got to be careful what you put in your eyes, what you rub in your eyes. I personally, I'm not going to mention particular names, but I react to a particular makeup group that is so popular. Everybody shouts about it, but it gives me rashes.
Wow.
So I know what I react to and I stop. So imagine those rashes. When I have it, I start itching, I start rubbing my eyes because it's what I put on my face. Coming from a place of people of color, you find out some people, they like having fair skin. They want Oyibo skin, right? It's nice to look Oyibo. It's nice to look fair.
Yeah.
Okay. But caution, some of the skin creams contain lightening creams, things like steroids in them. I have to put a note of warning against steroids. Even in hospitals, when they give you steroids, they tell you to give it to you with caution. And the caution is that steroids can cause what they call steroid response glaucomas, or steroid response increased eye pressures. So you can rub something in your skin innocently and you eventually lose your sight. I'll say it again. You can rub something on your skin because you want to be fair in complexion and because it contains an ingredient that has steroid in it, and it can make you have increased eye pressure, which can eventually cause you to go blind.
Wow.
So what do you like? Nice skin and blind eyes, or healthy skin with no Oyibo skin? So you need to think every time you buy a makeup or you buy something for your skin and something for your eyes, my note of warning is check what you're putting on your skin. Your skin is the largest cell of the body. So as much as you want to look nice or beautiful, but make sure that it does not affect your eyes, because some of them can affect your brain and cause you cancers. Yes, the C word. What you eat, including what you rub on your skin, can make you blind and can kill you.
Wow. Wow. Doctor, a quick question. Wow. Okay, well, in other words, you're going to get makeup. My advice to you is check the labels, read the instructions, speak to a dermatologist if it's going to affect you, or meet a dermatologist and do a patch test on your skin and see
That's
what
correct.
reacts to you. Yeah, that's my best advice. Do a patch test. But I'm not a dermatologist. I'm just enjoying myself here. Quick question, doctor. What's the name? It's a question here. Said, please, what's the medical name of Apollo?
Keratoconjunctivitis.
Keratoconjunctivitis. Now, if you want to meet doctor for, in fact, if you want to have a private session with doctor, please leave your comment or leave your name below, and I will send her details to you, and you can get in contact with her. Also, she's
You
got a
can get
YouTube
my link
channel.
on my bio, on my Instagram, on my
That's it. You can. Yeah, she's got Instagram page. You can link up with her on Instagram, on her bio. Then you can always get in contact with her. Doctor, another quick question here. Many people have said so many things. Salt in the skin. Orovista has asked a question here. He said, Doctor, what is your take on LASIK surgeries? What's that?
LASIK surgeries.
Okay, LASIK surgeries. Yeah.
Yes, I'm not a laser consultant, for instance. But if you came to see me, I would first of all ask you to consult with any of the surgeons. But one of the important things is that you have to be able to have thick corneas. So we measure your corneas to see if it's thick enough. But the fact that you are short-sighted, for instance, is not a guarantee that you qualify. So the best people to assess you are the laser surgeons themselves. And they do have a few. Like I said, there are 2 G's. G for God and G for Google it. So you can Google
it. I hope we've been able to answer your question. Thank you so much for that, Doctor.
But if you're still not sure, please link up with me and we can have a chat a lot more.
Good. Orovista is based out of United Kingdom. She's watching from US. So what I'll do is that I'll send your details straight to her, and then you can have a conversation either on the phone, on Instagram, or whatever. But Orovista, I hope we've been able to touch that. But I'll link you up with doctors so that you can have, you can go on. She said something here. She said it is scared for me to do those things. Maybe when you speak with doctor will be able to help you. That's why we bring people in to this channel so that you can meet these people and be able to talk to them and see how you can communicate with them. These are all people that are from diaspora, but people who came in from overseas and been able to make it here. These are the people who bring in. But one thing is certain, on this channel, I know very soon we're going to be rebranding, but as we are right now, based on the name CV Coach, we are here to link up with each other. I call it divine networking. So you come in here, we'll link you up with somebody, and then we can go in. And then somebody has asked a question here. He said, talking about meat. He said, how many times in a week should I eat meat? Or how many times a week we eat meat? Something like that. I eat meat a lot.
That's the job of a dietitian, which
Okay.
I'm not. But I know that beef is good for you for vitamin B. There are other sources. But whatever you eat, try and eat within, caution. Don't eat like we Africans eat, a whole plate full of food. Just a few pieces will do. But if you ask me things, I'm not a beef eater myself. I'm more of a white meat eater, like chicken and fish and a lot of vegetables. So speak to your dietitian or to, somebody to advise you on meals and diets and all that.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Doctor, for taking that. We're going to go on now. Most questions are going to come in, but we'll deal with that later. Now, Doctor, I'm not going to go back again with this question because you've already dealt with it. Smoking cigarette, drinking alcohol can affect your eyes. Everybody knows that. And then, what eye problems can affect our sight? I know there are different eye problems that we have. You spoke on cataract, glaucoma, things like that. But
Okay, let
Address
me,
the,
let me let me help rescue that question. And what
thank you
what
so
I
much.
mean by that is, if a patient comes to see me, and what I mean by a patient, if somebody comes in and says to me, "Oh, Dr. Chi, I have an eye problem," the first question I ask you is, what sort of problem do you have? When last did you have an eye test? And if perchance you say to me, "I have difficulty seeing distance when I'm driving a car," or "I can't read small prints." So I will start with focusing problem. One of the problems we have with eyes is focus problem. So people can have focus problem at far, and in that case, you might be suffering from what is called short-sightedness or myopia, or long-sightedness or hypermetropia, or astigmatism or rugby-shaped eyeball, presbyopia or aging eyes. This is focusing problem. But if you have things like, "I notice cloudiness when I'm looking," that means there are many causes of cloudiness. You could be having things like cataract. You could even be having something like angle closure glaucoma, or you could be having other issues that maybe I can't tell unless I see the case.
Hmm.
Sometimes people tell us, "I notice red eye," or "I have frontal headaches," or "I can't, um, I noticed flashing lights or things floating about in my eyes," or "I noticed a shadow." So there are loads of eye problems, and they are not things I can clinically discuss on this platform. So there are various eye problems. Some of them can be resolved using glasses. Some of them we need to do surgeries. And some of them you need to consult so we can actually examine you. And common things are dry eyes. People get affected by using computers, especially with the pandemic. So there are lots of eye problems that can jeopardize and compromise how you see. So it all depends. Again, if you want to consult with me, a link on
Use
my
the
bio, and
bio.
I'll.
Okay. Brilliant. So as what's going to happen is that we're going to share doctor's bio with everyone so that you can get in contact with doctor and see what she's doing, so she can get in contact with you and then be able to advise you from a medical point of view. Now, doctor is a director of Visioncare Logistic Group Limited. Is an optometry domiciliary service delivering service to housebound patients. Now, her wealth of experience as an optometrist covers a range of sectors within private organization, national health services, or national health service, eye examination, and domiciliary eye care. Now, doctor, there's a question I want to ask here, which is very close to me. You are a visionaire. Let me take this off now. You are a people developer. Tell us about your coaching business. Because I'm moving you now from medical line into your coaching business, and we're going to go back again into medical line just as the
Okay,
question comes.
okay, okay. Okay, as a people developer, I'm a speaker, but I'm a speaker with a particular niche, which is visionary leadership. And what that really means, which is what I highlighted in the first instance, when I said to you, I'm an illuminator. So I illuminate people's mindset and people's vision so that they can lead authentically. Authentic leadership. Sometimes you look at how the state of our African nations are, or certain offices are, you ask yourself, why are not people credible? Why are they not leading right? Why are we getting the problems we're having different places? Because of a problem of poor leadership. So it's my role as a visionary leadership coach to direct people to lead authentically. And the way I
Mm,
do it is through mind re-engineering, helping
mm,
you to know who you are using the be, do, have framework. I want to understand who you are. I want to understand what problems were you born to solve. I want to understand what's your limiting beliefs and barriers keeping you from achieving your magnificent self. So I want to understand all this, and you would help me, because by the time we have a conversation and we do some tasks together and I help you, you can rediscover your purpose. Because there's no need living a life of supposed success when you are not fulfilled, when you're not happy. So again, it brings up, you need the God factor in your life. And the God factor would help direct you and help you understand who you are, what problems we are born to solve, where you are in life. So even if you're moved too far away, God can bring you back because He's a God of restoration. Because my framework, I'm a Christian and unashamedly a Christian. So I use the Christian framework, to coach. So it's about helping you believe in you, rediscover you, become great, and do what you were created to do and be aligned in your purpose in life. Because there are a lot of people who are misaligned. Wow. And what I mean by that is, for instance, a lot of people have moved from Africa to Canada to the US to everywhere. They're doing something, but it's what you're doing, what you were born to do. What you're doing now, is that what heaven expects of you? Or are you doing the experience the world wants of you? So you have somebody who is studied medicine, but is a cleaner. But the Lord expects you to be a doctor, or expects you to be I'm just looking at words, or to be a carpenter. Yeah. So we need to align your purpose. But I'm not going to align it. We're going to work together to bring you back. And when you are in your place of alignment, a few things happen. The problem you were born to solve, you become the solution that you were created to have. Which means if your name is called, if a problem needs solution, will your name be called? When they are looking for somebody when they have somebody with an eye problem, they will say Dr. Chi, the illuminator, the optometrist. But in your own case, when a problem is called, will your name be called? That's what we want to align the problem to the solution. So you can become the solution provider. And when you give solution to the problem, a few things happen. You add value. And when you add value, another thing happens. You become a wealth producer. And when you create and produce wealth, what happens? You become prosperous. And prosperity is not only for yourself, it's for the globe. Because we are born, for one thing, to have dominion. We are born to produce outcome, to become fruitful, to become distributors of God's blessing. And you can't do it alone. So I'm here to help you to lead authentically, become your magnificent self, and then find true meaning in life. That's what my coaching is about.
Wow. Orovisto here said something here. He said, seek fulfillment, not accomplishment. Very good. Very, very awesome. Yeah. And then CK Media said something. He said, I like that. Becoming a solution you created. Awesome. Beautiful. Wonderful. Yeah. Now, Doctor, before I go to the next question, which is just wonderful, because you've spoken about so many things here, and you've really touched on so many things. Now, people are still, asking questions about the good food, the wonderful food, what food they should eat instead of red meat, chicken. We're going to go back there. But I want to quickly say this. I have a book that I've written, and just for those that are here now, it's called Create Your Own Job. It's on my website. You can click on the link there and download the book. How to create your own job. What kind of person are you? You see, one of the reasons why we started this channel was that anybody that comes into UK, when I came into UK, I had no job. I was just looking for anything that I could do, because I was basing on what I'll get now with what I'm going to, the exchange rate. But that is not the way, because what's happening is this. When you come into UK with the experience you've got, you're on a low-paid job, you're doing nothing, you're not able to bring out the best in you. I thank God for YouTube, who has really helped us. So I bought this book here, Create Your Own Job. The link is right there on the chat. You can go in there, just download this book now. Because we are in this program here, I'm giving out a very subsidized rate. So anybody can go in there or go straight into my website, cvcoach2016.co.uk, and download the book, How to Create Your Own Job. Doctor, we're going to go to the next question. Now, let's think about it. Now, you've spoken about your profession, you've spoken about your vocation, and you've spoken about your mission. Touch briefly on that. You've spoken about them, but I just want you to just, a little bit of that.
Okay.
Before we go on to the next question.
Now, those three things make up what I live for, the problem I'm born to solve, my profession, vocation, and mission. Now, not everybody has an alignment. By grace, I'm aligned in my purpose. I'm an optometrist, and my optometry also involves illumination. And my vocation, which is about coaching people, re-engineering their mind, it involves light, illuminating minds. My mission is to solve the problem of darkness, help people get out of the dark and come into the light. I'm also a minister. So those three, for me, they are married together. So when you meet me, I illuminate your world. So when you meet me for eyes, I help you see better. The book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 22, it says, if your eyes are healthy, some version says, if your eyes be single, your body is full of light. Another version says, if your eye be healthy, your whole body will be healthy also. For me, I am the optometrist with the light to create light in your dark eyes, in your dark vision.
Wow.
Okay? And then as a leadership and visionary coach, I am there to help you realign with what God created you to do. So that when you are doing things, you're not just doing it per chance, nothing else to do. And my mission, marrying my profession and my vocation, is to be there, holding your hand with God to give you light on everything you're doing. So you walk in the light. The Bible says that when you walk, that the word of God is a lamp unto your feet and a light unto your path. So you need a teacher, and I'm that teacher. So being your teacher of light and being your optometry for light will create magic, and we will expand and become what God wants you to do.
I like that. Being a teacher for light and being an optometrist with the light, you create magic. You create an accomplishment. Oh my God, this is interesting. And I hope someone out there, you are getting something. Share it out with someone. Tell somebody about it. Now, when the video, when we are through with the live stream, I'll leave it on so that you can watch it over and over and over again. Unfortunately, I just lost one of my auntie yesterday. She was blind before she passed on. And you said something, you said, when somebody is blind, they die slowly because the ability for them to see colors, to see life is all gone. Man, so this section that we're having is very important. Very, very important.
I know blindness of the mind is worse.
Wow.
Because when you have darkness in your mind, you can't create the change you need for life. When you're dark in your mind, you can't see the way forward. Everything is dark. You lost your peace. You lost your joy. You lost your sense of meaning. You lost your sense of leadership. You lost your identity. You don't know who you are. And when you don't know who you are, you don't know what to do. Your assignments are unfulfilled. And when your assignments are unfulfilled, you cannot possess your possessions. So when you're dark in your mind, you're locked in a cage where nobody can help you. But you need light. You know, the Bible says something in the book of Isaiah. It says that the kings will come to the brightness of your rising. So when book of Genesis says, let light be, God commanded light out of darkness. So where your darkness is, the light of God can come and shatter and disrupt your darkness. Then you start having good perception. And when you have good perception, perception with your eyes, paradigm shift with your mind. Then you create unstoppable change. Then you start getting outstanding results. Then you can say to yourself, yes, no more in darkness. I am now the captain of 50,000 trillion cells, because that's how much cells in your body. So when you become a captain, you cannot be poor, you cannot be physically blind, you cannot lack in life, because your mind, the darkness in your mind is shattered. That's what it's about.
Wow.
It's about disrupting darkness and telling yourself, because at the moment when people's mind is dark, they can't talk, they can't express themselves, they can't stand up and be counted, because they think, oh, it's the money that is not in the bank, that's why I'm poor. No, it's because your poverty mentality needs to be shattered with light.
Wow.
So that's what it's about.
Wow,
so
wow, wow.
To shine some light, not with touchlight. I'm a floodlight too. I don't floodlight, shattering your darkness with floodlight.
Wow.
And you come alive.
Beautiful. Wow, this is amazing.
Died because their mind was too dark and they couldn't see themselves. People commit suicide because their mind was too dark. They can't see a way out. But brothers, sisters, there is a way out. I've got the light. I'm an illuminator. I'm a light carrier. I'm a floodlight. Come, let's shatter the darkness, man. Let's shatter it.
Now, if you want to follow Dr. Chi, you want to subscribe to her YouTube channel. She is on YouTube as Dr. Chibuzo Uwadi. I'll write it out there so that people can follow you. This is amazing. Now you hear Dr. talk this way. Her dad was an archbishop, so she grew up in a home where.
Follow me on Instagram, Dr. Chi Vision.
That's it. So you can follow her on Instagram, Dr. Chi Vision. So that's it. Now, doctor, think back to when you were 17 years. What's your advice to a 17-year-old out there?
To a 17-year-old me, I would tell my 17-year-old me, don't just do a course because your father and mother wants you to do a course in the university. I would tell my 17-year-old self, sit on your knees, get down on your knees and seek God's face. Know God for yourself. And by knowing God for yourself, ask yourself this question: who am I? What problem was I born to solve? Where do I want to be? What is my vision for life? What is my purpose for living? Because when you know your purpose and you know your vision, you would not be misaligned. You will not be having defective success. So I'm going to tell myself, I want to be successful. I want to have a transgenerational success. I want to impact generations. I want to know who God created me to be. And on that benchmark, on that foundation, I can begin to build. I can begin to become a problem solver. I can begin to add value everywhere I go. Because automatically, the question is who you help. If you don't help anybody, you cannot get good results and you cannot have wealth. I avoid using cannot have money. Money is tissue paper. But wealth is transgenerational. Wealth is tangible and non-tangible wealth. So to my 17-year-old self, I will say, calm down, hear God, seek God, and then pursue purpose and be a problem solver. That's the idea. What I would tell myself.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I hope you're learning so much and I hope you're taking something in. Doctor, you're an advocate for prevention of blindness, particularly focused on optical ailments which cause blindness, such as diabetic retinopathy, cataracts, glaucoma, uncorrected refractive errors, and age-related macular degeneration, to name a few. Tell us more about all these diseases. I know you've spoken about cataract, glaucoma, uncorrected refractive errors. Tell us more about that and about age-related macular degeneration.
Okay. Now, this is honing again into what I'm trained to do, which is me and my optometry. And as an advocate of prevention of blindness, all I'm canvassing for is that people should become aware of their eye health. People should become aware. And because of my lovely skin tone and being a person of color, there is a poor uptake of eye clinics or people going to have their eye tested. They are scared that if they go there, they'll find something. No, if you don't get tested, you might end up losing your sight. So I'm conversing and advocating for people get regular eye checks every 12 months. Some people, believe it or not, they have children who have never had their eyes tested. The reason why I'm very passionate about children is because some children, when they are born, they're probably born premature, so they might have squint. Squint is when your eyes go 4 o'clock eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you have squint and you don't help that child, you don't get to the hospitals, or you don't get them to be seen before the age of 8 years old, they might stay like that for life. Then it will not become cosmetic correction. So early to look after your children's eyes, you can avoid something like that could have been, avoided. So regular eye checks. Why I'm also canvassing, I've said it here. One of the risk factors of glaucoma is being black. Let's call it what it is. You're 40 and above. If your father or mother has glaucoma and you're 40 and above, you are at risk of having the disease. But you need to have your eye checked every year. If you don't have regular checks every year, you might end up losing your sight, and we can't replace it with chicken eyes. So macular degeneration is age-related macular change, which is the most sensitive part of your eyes when it begins to break down. You've got the dry macular degeneration, you have the wet macular degeneration, and these things, regular eye checks, you can't find it from your native doctor. Yes, I'll say it again. Going to your native doctor will not help you correct your eye problems. As much as I'm a woman of faith, but I also would suggest it's good for you to pray, but get the right professional to check so that we can know what we are praying about. So if you came to me, I found that you've got glaucoma or cataract. Cataract, we can do it femtosecond surgery, and within a few minutes, you go home, you see again. But macular degeneration, we're still undergoing researches and all that, but early management, early detection will help save your eyes. So if you've not had a regular eye test, please link in my bio. I can do a clarity call. We can arrange appointments, how this can happen. But do not leave your eyes to chance. Do not leave your eyes to chance. There are no spare parts for eyes. Glasses do not actually solve problems. They correct your errors. So if you take your glasses off, you stop seeing. If you put it back on, you can see. But there are some things glasses cannot correct. And there are diseases that could have been avoided. Please, please, please come for regular eye tests.
How often?
Eye tests.
When you say regular, how often should they come for? Should people come for regular eye tests?
For the first time, I would say come straight away. Then, depending on what we find, we might say come in 12 months or come every 2 years. But it's between some kids I see every 3 months, some I see every 6 months, some I see 12 months. But the minimum is at least 12 months every year. And if you're in the United Kingdom and you're over 60, it's free of charge. And before the age of 19 or after the age of 18, you start paying. Between 0 age and 18 years, it's free of charge under the health service. So we're not going to charge you money for an eye test. And you don't have to get glasses. So if you're in the United Kingdom, 0 to 18 years, free of charge. 60 years, free of charge. If there's history of glaucoma in your family, it's free of charge. If you're diabetic, very important, and raise diabetes. Now, diabetes is a very, very interesting disease. Part of it is that we can pick it up in your eyes, but if you don't come for regular eye tests, you can have diabetic bliss, retinopathies, diabetic retinopathies, and you can't pick it up in your house. So when you come to see me and I notice there's background changes or diabetic retinopathies, I can refer them. And then we can save you from retinal detachments. We can save you from what they call branch vein occlusion, which could also be linked to blood pressure problem. I've had patients who had blood pressure problem, hypertension as they call it, and he was a consultant. He didn't know he had the disease, but coming to see me, I referred him, and it saved him because he was nearly at the point of having a stroke. Some of the deaths and strokes we've had, some of the bleeds in the brain we've had could have been avoided. So please, please, it's not your time to go to heaven yet. They are still building your mansion. So come, let's see you on time. So that you don't force yourself to an early grave.
Yeah. Oh
Because
my God.
if you have a stroke, if you have diabetic bleed and causes you blindness, it changes your life because you now become blind and you're not used to being blind. You might end up overdosing yourself, or you might end up living in misery because you're no longer happy. So please, I don't know how to plead. If it's Nigeria, I'll say, let me kneel down and beg you people, and it will make you lose your driving license. You know, somebody said, I only have eyes when I need my driving license. No, if you go blind, you will lose your license. And if you know you cannot move around without your car, then why do you want to jeopardize the only instrument that helps you to enjoy life and have a good time? So come, let's see you. We might not pick up anything, but let's just make sure you're fine.
Wow. Doctor, thank you so much for this. You know, the time is fast spent. We've got so many other questions I was going to ask, but I'm sure I'm going to leave that. But any last word for someone out there? Now, okay, I have a question. There's somebody that I know who has got eye problem, but it's hypertension or something like that.
Ocular hypertension.
Yeah. What do you think is the cause of that, and how can you help such an individual? Surgery? Will surgery help in any way?
Now, ocular hypertension is just increased pressure of the eye that does not have a damaged optic nerve. Optic nerve is the connection to the nerves in the brain. So the pressure of the eye is increased, probably over 21 millimeter mercury. That's the classification of it, and 22 millimeter mercury. When you have such a thing, there's no visual field defect. The optic nerve is still working well, so the nerve is not damaged in the eye. Then that means your eye pressure is high. If your eye pressure is high, I would have to manage you with tablets or eye drops. Again, because this is not a platform for management or treatment, I cannot discuss. It's a clinical issue. I will need to see the patient. But ocular hypertension increase eye pressure of the eye without damage to the eye nerves and without field effect.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Any last word for someone out there? I've got so many comments here.
I wouldn't think last words because I will always be talking. The words I'm going to say is, what you eat affects what you see. You don't have to go and spend millions going to buy food. What you need to eat to keep healthy is affordable. There are things you see every day. One of the major things I probably would tell you to take out of your eating habit is your sugar eating, because it's not good to you. So as long as you take away sugar, eat lots of vegetable, even the fruits. There's some fruit that have high sugar content. So eat with reason and have a balanced eating habit, especially with respect to your eyes. Things like papaya, things like mangoes, things like oranges, green vegetables, kale, seaweed, spinach leaves, and your fish, your sardines, excellent for you. So these are things that can help you lower your chances of having cataract. And if you like sitting in the sun, wear sunglasses and use sunglasses. They are not a fashion, statement. They are protecting your eye because of you're preventing UV damage. And if you're in front of the computer all the time, every 20 minutes, take a break for 20 seconds and look away 20 feet away. Yeah. You will know this at Health and Safety, sir. So get a break. Don't spend too much time in the front of the computer. You will have visual strains. And if you haven't tested your children's eye and they are still below the age of 8 or more, bring them. We need to look after. And if you haven't had any eye tests, come, let's look after your eyes. And again, if you're thinking your mind needs light and needs re-engineering, come to Dr. G Vision. I will be there for you, helping you see better and even maintain your vision and your mindset, helping you live authentically and living the life of your dreams. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doctor. We have received so much here tonight. I want to first of all say thank you so much. Now, if you want Doctor back, that will be on popular demand or high demand. You can always arrange a date to bring Doctor back. Now, on this channel, we brought in so many people who have spoken on different things. Next week, a week from now, watch out. So if you've not thumbed up, you've not pressed the notification button, we are bringing in an expert in blockchain who has got his own cryptocurrency. He's coming in to speak to you about it, how you can have your own crypto wallet and so many things. So please don't forget to hit the notification button. Now, if you want to follow Doctor on Instagram or you want to subscribe to her channel, I'm going to leave her details in the description button, or in the description bar, so that you can always go there. Now, if you've not downloaded the book for half the price for today only, I'll leave it now till tomorrow, just 24 hours, how you can start off your own job. That's build up your own job. Now, when you read that book, you find that it's not about job. There's so much that you can learn from there. So just hit on that link and it will take you straight to the checkout and then you can have it. But I want to say thank you so much again to Harley Harry Choice. Thank you so much for coming in. Oro Vista, thank you so much for always being here. Mega shout out to you. Father and Son Art, thank you so much for being here. Uh, hold on. I have a private chat here. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I have Doctor's Instagram page here. Let me just copy that so that I can put it right here, right there, and here it is. So I'm going to just leave that on the screen. Hold on, please. Let's see there. Did it come out? Yeah. Dr. Chi Vision is right there. I want to say thank you so much to Oro Vista. Thank you so much for coming in. CK Media, thank you so much. I hope your question was answered. No name. Thank you so much for coming in. Rana Unso Arts and Lifestyle, thank you so much for coming in. You guys really contributed. It was a live program, very lovely, very lively. Raisy's Kitchen, thank you so much for coming in. Raisy's Kitchen. If you want to, Raisy's Kitchen is always the sponsor of this program. She's always helping us keep the program on. Thank you so much. Now, if you're not friends with Oro Vista, please go to her house and say hello to her. She made a lot of comments, said Dr. Chi is perfectly aligned to that light physically and spiritually. It's just glowing in you, Dr. Chi. Thank you so much. Now, Dr. Chi is right there on Instagram. Reno Oates, thank you so much for coming in. If I've missed out anyone, it's not a deliberate thing, but I want to say thank you so much, everyone. Make sure we share it. Let people know the value of looking after their eyes, the value of looking after their health. Now, so many has been said, red wine, white wine, green wine, yellow wine, everything has been said about those wines, our makeup, the eyelashes, everything. We've said so many things. Now, if you want to have a private session with Dr. Chi, she has left all her details right there. Doctor, I want to say thank you so much for coming in to this program. I really appreciate your coming in today. I'm trying to get you. Yeah, I really appreciate you for coming in today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is good. God bless you so much, everyone. I'll be seeing you again next week, 6 p.m. on CV Coach. Thank you so much, and God bless. You next week on this channel again. Bye for now.